Okay, so did you feel like you overdid it maybe this past weekend? Well, you don't have to let financial spending send you with a hangover this New Year's Day. Get your finances in order. It can be easy, and there's no better time than start than now. Here to offer some helpful tips on managing your money is Brooklynn Chandler Willy with Texas Financial Advisory. Good morning to you.
Hi, Natalie. Thank you.
Talk to me about finances for women. Sometimes I tend to think that maybe I'd rather spend my money on shoes than my savings.
Right, and it's so important to be thinking about retirement savings right now because once you are in retirement, you know, we can't save anymore. So right now we're really focusing on putting money away as much as you can. If you have an employer contribution, you want to take a part of that, you know, take advantage of that. You know, I'm working with folks. Really, historically, people started planning for retirement maybe like 3 or 4 years before they thought they were going to retire. Well, now people are running out of money once they're, you know, fully retired. So we have folks that are 10 years out from retirement coming in, and we're putting together a retirement plan for them.
That was one of your tips. So you've got 5 financial tips for bringing in the new year. One of them is talking about, thinking about retirement savings. Another one you have is creating a budget and sticking to that. That's one of those things that I always struggle the most with is a budget.
I know, we all do. And really, you know, if you write something down, it'll come to pass. And 1 out of every 3 Americans actually have a financial plan, and where we start with your financial plan is the budget, because we have to find money to put away to have that savings. You know, a lot of retirees right now, they're not having pensions, so they're fully requiring or relying on what the money that they put aside for themselves, along with Social Security. But some of these younger generations, we may not have Social Security to rely upon. So really, it's our retirement savings that we have to really guard and protect and plan on distributing.
Another tip you have is avoid getting hit by taxes.
Yeah.
That seems to be a big one that a lot of people think, well, maybe if I add a few more deductions, I can get a little bit more on the front end.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get a big refund at the end of the year.
Exactly. And, you know, taxes are changing so much next year, and we have about a month left that we can do a lot of, take advantage of the lower tax brackets that we're in now. And taxes, you know, they can get complicated and they're not really fun to talk about, but if you go to my website, www.texasfinancialadvisory.com, on there I've listed out these really important tax changes that you need to be aware of. Let me give you an example, Natalie. Let's pretend that you are getting $100 a month from your investments on your income, okay? Well, right now you may be just paying about $15 of that to taxes. Well, next year, it could go up to as much as $43.
Really?
Yeah.
$43?
I know, it's incredible. So, you know, your income, to maintain your lifestyle, we've got to think about taxes, how it's going to affect you.
Now, another tip you have is deductions can boost your savings.
Right.
And are you talking about deductions for like your FSA or your HSA or deductions for like your 401k, your retirement savings?
And so there's 2 ways to look at this. If you're working right now, we've got some deductions that we can take part in, like those retirement accounts. And, you know, I kind of group them into saying IRAs, because that's any sort of retirement account that we can talk about. So we want to max those out. Maybe you have a health savings account, different things that you can do to help you on the bottom line to pay less in taxes. Now, if you're already retired, maybe that doesn't take, play part to you. But let's talk about charitable giving. So maybe you could give money to organizations that could really use it, but then it also helps you and benefits you when it comes tax time.
Okay, and the last tip you have is who's getting your money? What do you mean by that? Like, I mean, I know who's getting my money. I try to think it's me getting my money, but really...
Well, we're thinking a little bit, you know, we do estate planning at my firm, and, you know, whenever you pass on, somebody's going to get your money.
Yeah.
And so with holiday season around, now it's kind of, I know it's kind of weird to think about, but
seems like an awkward time, yeah.
But, you know, if you don't have a plan in place, the state of Texas does. So we want to think about, is your will up to date? Do you need a trust? Does your account allow for a beneficiary? Because that could just totally bypass probate. These things have to be looked at. You can't just ignore it, because otherwise, you know, your money could go straight to the IRS, which, you know, that's, you'd rather it go to a charity or to your family. You'd be paying a lot more in taxes.
Do you find as women that a lot of times we tend to let this kind of stuff, like maybe it's an uncomfortable topic, we don't want to talk about it, or maybe it just kind of goes to the, oh, we'll deal with it later?
Definitely. And you know, you're focused on kids and raising your family and things like that. But whenever it comes down to it, I mean, you've got to really prepare for retirement, because you can't expect to get a windfall like this big lottery, right?
Yeah,
this week.
Powerball.
Exactly.
I want to win the Powerball, but it may not always happen.
I know.
All right, Brooklyn, thank you so much for being here
Natalie.
this morning, and you've got some great information. For more information, you can always contact Brooklyn yourself at texasfinancialadvisory.com or give them a call at 866-210-2489.